So first we're going to open up the test folder, and here we have all of the different tests. These are different levels. So B1, B2, B3, these are beginner levels. I1, I2, I3, these are intermediate, and A1 is advanced. So open up the folder, and here we have all the separate tests in separate folders. I'm going to open up one of the folders, and here we have the AE file. Double click on that and open it up. Okay, so what we're going to do first is go over to part number 2. Right now it says B12. We want to change this to B117. So we're going to change this number to the number of the file. So this is B117, so let's change it. I'm going to double click here on the text, click here to get the cursor, and insert 17. And we're done with that step. The next step is we're going to go over to the different questions. So here we have multiple choice question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 10. So we're going to go here, and here we have a question with answer choices. There's too much space here between the answer choice and the question. So what we're going to do is right here, I'm just changing the source name, layer name. There's the same comps, they just have different names for layers and sources. So we're going to go to the answer choices here. I'm going to click all of these. You can do this real simple. Just click here and then shift, click again, and you can get all of the comps. And we're going to move these up closer to the question. The left of the circle will align with the purple line here. Really, they're already aligned, so as long as you move them vertically, you shouldn't have any problems. To check, you can take one of these rulers and bring it over and see, yeah, it's aligned. And we want to keep about this much space, maybe a little more, about this much space between the question and the answer choices. So we're going to do this for all of the questions here. So I'm going to click on here, click in the timeline to see what's going on, and then again here. And in this situation we need a little more space between, so we're going to, I hit shift and hold shift down and then use the arrow keys to move it more. About that much space will work. Go to the next one. Again, yeah, we need to add a little more space, so we're going to go down about that much. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to kind of look nice. Again, we're going to go down a little bit. That's good. Do that for all of them. This one looks okay. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. This one we're going to bring up. I'll leave about, I guess, 2 lines of space there. We're going to do this to the rest. Go up, around 2 lines of space. Looks good. Down a bit. Yeah, it looks good. Go up. Yeah, that's good. About that much. Actually, this looks fine. Okay, so that's all the question comps. Now we're going to do it again for all of the answer comps. So multiple choice question answer. 1, 2, 3. Again, we have 10 of them right here. We're going to do the same exact thing that we just did. We're going to take the answer choice A, B, C, and D and move them around so they look a little better. This one, just move up a little bit maybe. Yeah, about that much. Okay. Move it down a little bit. Move it down. move it down. Let's go over to 5. Okay, I'm gonna move it down. Yeah, about that much. Move it up. Move it up. Yeah, I guess when it's one line, you could, yeah, about 2 spaces, maybe 2.5 spaces. When it has 2 lines like this, yeah, I guess you could do a little less. Maybe about the same space as here between these 2 lines is fine. See, that needs to change. All right, go up about that much. And then last, choice 10. And actually, that looks pretty good right there. Okay, so we're finished lining those up. Now what we're going to do is go to the main question board. So here we have main question board. And here we have all of the different question pre-comps in this one comp. So here's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. And the problem is that they're all over the place. Some are over on the right, some are on the bottom, at the left. What I want to do is center them, make them look a little nicer. So you're going to click on one, and using Shift and the arrow keys, you're going to kind of move it around and basically center it to the screen. Now this here, this is called the Title Action Safe. You can find that at this button here. Title Action Safe. That, click on it, it goes away. Click on it, it comes back. You can also use the proportional grid. Whatever helped you. I kind of prefer to use the title action. It just makes it a little easier for me. And we're going to move this to the center and kind of center it up, make sure it looks nice. And then we're going to go move the timeline over here so we can see multiple choice question 2. And then I'm going to click on multiple choice question 2, and we're going to do the same thing. Shift, move the arrow keys around, and yeah, that looks good. Move the timeline over, click on multiple choice question 3, and do it again. Yeah, something like that looks good. Question 4, bring it over, and I think, yeah, down a little. That looks good. Question 5, kind of balance it out so you can see about the same amount is coming out here, and then up. I think that looks good. Okay, go down a little bit like that. Okay, come over here, go down, good. Okay, question 8, bring it over. That looks good. Bring it over. It's kind of good balance there. And last, 10. And it looks good. Then the last step is we're going to go over to main answer board here. Click on that. And again, we have kind of the same situation. Here we have all of the different questions and answer choices that we've been working on. And what we're going to do is balance these out. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to bring the title action safe here. And we're going to work that out. There you go, that looks good. Bring it over so I can see number 2. Bring it over like that. Okay. Bring it over like that. Okay, bring it to the center like this. Okay, move the timeline. Okay, move it center, kind of like that. Again, bring it over, up a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, move that over. That looks good. Move it over, maybe up like that. Yep. Move it over again, over here. And last, we're going to go 10. And like that. Okay. So we're almost finished. That's the easy part. Now what we're going to do is go back over to multiple choice question 1. Okay. So let's take a look. Let's start from the beginning of the timeline. And we're going to watch. I'm going to hit spacebar to watch. Okay, so you see these white boxes that are kind of animating on. Okay, so here we have a problem. This box and this question are not the same size. So what we're going to do is change this box's size to match the question, like this. So what we can do is, it doesn't matter if you can see the box or not, because the box is right here. It's going to be white solid. And if you click on that, you can see the outline of the box. So you don't have to do this when the white box is actually showing. It's actually easier if it's not. So click somewhere where it's not. Click on white solid here. And now we see the outline of that box. So what we're going to do is we're going to click here. Okay, now be careful, because if you click here, it's easy to move it around like this. And we don't want to move the vertical parts of it. So you don't want to click the red box here either. We're going to click right outside of that in the center area. And you're going to left click and hold down shift, and it kind of locks you into that same vertical axis. So it's more difficult to go to left or right. And then we're going to bring it up here so that it's covering up all of the text. And then we're going to do the same thing for over here. So we're going to click here, hit shift so that it's kind of locked in place, and we're going to bring it here. And now that white box animates over the question like that. Now these answer choices you don't need to do anything with because they're all basically the same size. So we're only going to be working with this white solid here. So let's do that with the next question. Okay, so click over here, center it up a little bit, click on the white solid here, and we can see that the height is okay, but this length here, the horizontal axis, we got to change. So we're going to click here, hit the shift button so it doesn't move around. I'm going to bring it here so it's encompassing all the text, and we're good. There you go. Do it to 3. Again, the vertical part is fine, but we got to change here. So left click, hold shift down, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Left click, move it around. Now if you ever do make a mistake, for example, let's say you do this, you forget to hit shift and it kind of changes it like this. Hit Control Z and that'll take you right back. Okay, we're going to do that for every question and every answer comp. So 10 questions and 10 answers. And comp. Okay, this one we need to change the vertical. Maybe a little more right there. Actually. And then we're going to bring that over here. Good. Okay, white solid. Change it up a bit. Actually, some of these need to be a little straighter. Okay, come over here and bring it over here. Good. Okay, this one's pretty good vertically. Just move it over a little bit here. Okay, let's go to 9. Timeline, white solid. Okay, click here, shift. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. Okay, good. Okay, move that up. Move that over. All right, so that's all the questions. Now we're going to do it with all of these answers as well. So let's move that over. Okay, answer. Again, timeline, white solid, shift, left click, shift, bring it over, that all good. White solid, bring it over, good. White solid, okay, bring it over, good. White solid, okay, bring it over, good. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to get all the text in there. Okay, move the vertical here. Move this over here. Good. Okay. Put that up here. I think that's good. Yeah, let's bring this in a little bit. Okay. Over here. Okay. Bring that over. And one more. 10. And bring that up here. And bring that over here. Let's double check it. Make sure it looks okay. You can advance or go back a frame by hitting the page up or page down. Page down will advance one frame. So you can click on that and you can kind of see the animation. So here we have the white box animating on. There's the question and here are the answer choices. And that looks good. Okay, and then you're finished. Save it. The file name is already there, so just save. And you should be done.